teach CBSE 10th Maths. Hey guys, this is Tina. I teach CBSE 8 Maths. Check out our videos on the playlist. Alright, now let's get into the video.
Today we are going to be learning Chapter 5 Arithmetic Progressions, Exercise 5.3, 18th question. Alright, now let's read the question. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternately at A and B. Starting with center at A of radii 0.5 cm, 1.0 cm, 1.5 cm, 2.0 cm and so on as shown in figure. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? So we are supposed to take pi is equal to 22 by 7. Okay, so I know this is somewhat different question compared to rest of the question, but believe me guys, this is really an important question. Okay, so if you get like this type of question in case study, then it will be easy to solve. Okay, so please try to understand this. Okay, so this is really important question, so please focus on this. Okay, so here according to the question, there is a spiral which is made up of successive semicircles. First let us look at the picture. So they had already mentioned this in the question. Okay, so in the textbook you can see already there is a figure. Okay, so this is a spiral. I'll just draw that. Okay, so here you can see they call this one as spiral. What is the meaning of spiral? So spiral means you can think of like a wire. Okay, so a wire, no, it is like this. Okay, so like this and like this. Okay, so it is made up of semicircles. You guys might be wondering, I can't see any semicircles here. Actually, when you just look at the figure properly, here I have a semicircle. Okay, and then here I have another one semicircle, and here I have another one semicircle. See, you can see, right? So this is a semicircle, and then here this is also a semicircle, right? So like that there are semicircles. Okay, so in this so the spiral is made up of semicircles. Okay, so with centers alternately at A and B. So it has center. So where is the center? So the center is right over here. Okay, so that is A, and here this is B. It is already mentioned, I guess. Okay, so by reading the question itself we can understand it, isn't it? Okay, so there are centers, that is A and B. Okay, so starting with center at A of radii 0.5 centimeter and 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter. This one later on we can actually focus. Okay, so these all are radius, that is a radii. Okay, so the question is, what is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? So here they had mentioned the figure, right? So here if I just draw like this, so still it's and so here you can see the dotted lines, right? So what is the meaning of dotted lines? So the meaning of dot line is it is continuing. Okay, so still we have a lot of semicircles. Okay, so like that we have 13 consecutive semicircles. We are supposed to find the total length made by the spiral. Okay, so here they had already, according to the question, they have mentioned this is length 1 and this is length 2. Once again, this is length 3. Okay, I'm sorry, length 3, and this is length 1 and this is length 2. Okay, so it is mentioned in the textbook, so no need to worry, right? Okay, now it's correct. Okay, so here we have length number 1, length number 3, length number 2. So it is coming like this, no, like that. Okay, all right, so now you know the length, isn't it? Okay, so here we are supposed to find the length. Okay, so when I just talk of length, so length of the spiral means wire, right? So when I just draw like this, okay, so this is, what is the meaning of this part? In maths we say it is circumference, isn't it? So the outer part is circumference, isn't it? So circumference. Okay, so this is our perimeter. Okay, So we call it as circumference or perimeter. Okay, so now I just told you guys length means this that when we just draw, no, you say that as a length, isn't it? So we call it as circumference or perimeter as well in maths. Okay, so here now what is the circumference of circle? So the circumference of circle is 2 pi r, isn't it? But here in the question, did they mention about circle? They didn't even mention about circle, right? They just mentioned about the semicircles. So here you can see this is a semicircle, this is a semicircle. Like that they mentioned only the semicircles. But here the circumference of circle is 2 pi r. Okay, how to find the circumference of semicircle? So the semicircle is there, no? That is the half of circle, isn't it? This is the half portion of the circle. So divided by half, that is 2. Okay, so now let us cancel this 2 and this 2. Now we will get pi r. So this is the circumference of semicircle. Okay, so now since you guys know this is the circumference of semicircle. Okay. So here in the question they mentioned length 1. Length 1 means maybe they are mentioning this, and length 2 maybe they are mentioning this semicircle. Length 3 they might be mentioning this semicircle and this semicircle. Okay, so likewise in the question, no, there are 3 lengths. Okay, so here what I can do, we have length number 1. So I can say, so one second. So since I am going to find the length of the spiral, no, I am going to write length of first semicircle. Okay, so length of first semicircle. So likewise I am going to write for second one and the third one as well. Okay, so length of first semicircle, that is the circumference. Okay, is equal to, so I just told you guys the circumference is pi r, isn't it? That is the circumference of semicircle. Okay, so likewise I am going to write for first one already we wrote. Now I am going to write length of second semicircle and length of third semicircle. Okay, okay, so now here also I can write pi r. Why? Because this is the formula. Okay, and here also pi r. So this is L number 1, that is length number 1, and this is L number 2, that is length number 2, and this is L number 3, that is length number 3. Okay, so here like that we have 3 lengths, isn't it? Okay, so here they also mention the radius. So here you can see we have radii 0.5 centimeter, 1.0 centimeter, and 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter, and so on. Okay, but in the figure, no, only they have mentioned only length number 1, length number 2, and length number 3. Okay, so here length number 1, no, the radius is going to be 0.5 centimeter. For length number 2, the radius is going to be 1.0 centimeter. For length number 3, the radii it's going to be 1.5 centimeter. Okay, okay, so here I can write it is equal to 0.5, and then here also 1.0, and here 1.5. Okay, and one more thing guys, one second. Yeah, so now no, I just wrote the radius, isn't it? I am not going to substitute the pi value. Okay, so for now no need to substitute the pi value, I am going to write it pi only. Okay, so I just put the radius value and I wrote the pi as it is. Okay, so now we have 0.5 pi and 1.0 pi and 1.5 pi. Okay, so now I am going to write it in AP form. Okay, so AP, of course you guys know how to write it, so I will just write. Okay, so one second. Yeah, so now I am going to write in the AP form. Okay, so let me just write it guys. So AP is equal to 0.5 pi comma 1.0 pi comma 1.5 pi and so on. Okay, so this is the AP. Okay, so here finally we got a AP, isn't it? Okay, so now we can find the A value. So what is the A value? So the A value is 0.5 pi and the d value, that is the common difference, is a2 minus a1. So a2 is 1.0 pi minus a1 value is 0.5 pi. So when we just subtract them, no, we'll get 0.5 pi. Okay, so this is the d value, that is the common difference. Okay guys, okay, so now we got the common difference. Okay, so for what purpose I am doing this AP and all? Why? Because we are supposed to find the length of the spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. Okay, so we are supposed to find what is the total length of the spiral. So you guys know this is the spiral. So here no, we had a symbol that is so on, isn't it? We had dots, right? Dots means it's continuing. So like that we have 13 consecutive semicircles, but we don't know the length, isn't it? So to find the length only, I'm just forming an AP and then I'll apply the formula and it is literally easy to find it. Okay, so here now the AP we have the values. So one more thing I can do is, so here the AP we can write L1 comma L2 comma L3 and so on. Okay, so like that this also I can just form as AP. Okay, so like that L1 means length 1, length 2, length 3 and then so on. After so on we'll get L13. Okay, why? Because there are 13 consecutive semicircles. Okay, okay, so for the 13 consecutive semicircles we want to find the length, right? So that's why I just wrote so on and then L13. So here what is going to be our n value? So the n value is going to be 13. Okay, why? Because we are supposed to find the total length for 13 consecutive semicircles. So here we have the number 13, that's why I am going to take n is equal to 13. Okay, alright. So now what we can do is, now we can actually apply the Sn formula. Okay, okay guys, so this is n, okay, not h, don't get confused. Okay, so now let us apply Sn formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d and close the bracket. Now let us substitute the values. So yes, n value is 13. We are supposed to find 13 consecutive circles, semicircles length, right? That's why n is equal to 13. And here also n is 13 divided by 2 bracket 2 into a is 0.5 pi. Okay, alright. So here and then plus, and n is 13 and then minus 1 as it is, and d common difference is 0.5 pi. Okay, and then close the bracket. Okay, so now S13 is equal to 13 by 2. Okay, so here what I can do now, I'll just take off the point. So whenever you have point, no, take off that point. Okay, and then divided by 10. Okay, so here 1 2 is 2, 5 2s are 10. Okay, and then I have 5 divided by 5, isn't it? Why? Because now no need to consider the point, we already took off the point. So now let us cancel it. 5 1 5 is 5. Okay, so now we have pi left out here and then plus, so 13 minus 1 is 12 and into 0.5 pi and close the bracket. So S13 is equal to 13 by 2 and then bracket pi. So here and then plus, so here also I can just take off the point. Now it will become 10. Okay, so now we can cancel it in 2 tables, isn't it? Yeah, so now let us do it. So 6 2s are 12 and 5 2s are 10. Okay, so now what we can do now? Now I have 5 here, here also I have 5. We can actually cancel it. So now what are the left out values? We have 5 into pi. So 5 into, sorry, I am sorry guys, this is 6 not 5. So now the left out value we have is 6 into pi. So 6 into pi is 6 pi and close the bracket. Okay, so now what we can do? So now let us write S13 is equal to 13 divided by 2 and then we can write bracket. So pi plus 6 pi is 7 pi, isn't it? Okay, so now we got this value. Amazing. So now what we can do, no? Now let us substitute the pi value. Why? Because in the question they mentioned, right? We are supposed to substitute pi is equal to 22 by 7. Okay. So I'll just write it as it is. That is, yes, 13 is equal to 13 by 2. Instead of bracket, I'll write into 7 pi, isn't it? So here, no, I'm going to substitute the pi value, okay? Okay, so is equal to 13 by 2 into 7 into 22 by 7, that is the pi value. Okay, so now I can cancel 7, 7 and 1 2 is 2, 1 2 is 2, 1 2 is 2. Now I have 13 into 11. So 13 into 11 is 143. Okay, so now finally we got finally we got the length, right? So this is our answer. Okay, so what is the answer, guys? So for 13 consecutive semicircles, no, the length is 143. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, so finally we found the answer. So I hope you guys understood this question. Why? Because this question is really important. Okay, you might face like this type of question in exam. Okay, so finally we solved it.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, comment me in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.